Well. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems that AEW is on a little bit of no pun intended, damage control after the whole CM Punk interview on the MMA Hour. AEW is heads going a little wee woo, and we are going to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Willie Does Wrestling. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. And today we are once again going to be talking about the CM Punk and the MMA Hour situation, where he talked about his experience with AEW. Of course, after CM Punk's interview on the MMA Hour, a lot of people have really been going in on AEW and have really kind of seen how Tony Khan is not really much of a boss, and Tony Khan is under a lot of criticism, the EVPs are under a lot of criticism, and everything in between. AEW just overall as a business is now being called into question. Last night was AEW Dynamite, and in a little bit of a response, if you will, to the situation, Adam Copeland came out and cut a promo about how we should, kind of like one of those IWC accounts where it's like we should enjoy all wrestling, and there's been a lot of BS going on about AEW. And while I do agree with the message of we should enjoy all wrestling even if you want to criticize the product, it's that promo, if you listen to it back, seems very clear that Tony Khan sent Adam Copeland out there to damage control the whole situation of CM Punk coming out on the MMA Hour. It's a little bit of like a manipulation tactic, because it's like, if anyone else were to come out and cut that promo about, hey, there's a lot of BS going on about AEW this week, but we should enjoy all wrestling, most people would have teared that person cutting that promo apart. But Adam Copeland, Edge, is a very respected member of the wrestling community, a legend in the business. You kind of have to be a little bit of an idiot to want to call out Adam Copeland, because he's such a great legend. Not taking anything away. Adam Copeland, Edge, whatever he's called today, is my favorite professional wrestler, one of my favorite professional wrestlers of all time. But however, setting him out to cut that little promo because you're mad that a guy who doesn't even work for you anymore, not even criticized. He talked about his experiences with the company. He doesn't work there anymore. He doesn't need to worry about anything. He even said he didn't have to sign an NDA, so it's not like he can't talk about his experiences in the company. But as we have seen numerous times, Tony Khan cannot take criticism to save his life. And I know a lot of people are going to be clicking onto this video because a lot of people on Twitter also feel like I am an anti-AEW douche. I'm not. I like AEW. Do I love AEW? Fuck no. Do I tune into everything they do? Fuck no. But do I at least like some of the things that they're doing? Hell yeah. But if you think I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna suck AEW off and I'm just gonna, support every little thing they do, then you are about as delusional as Tony Khan is. Why are you so worried about a guy who doesn't work for you anymore talking about his experiences in your company when he agreed to a no-holds-barred interview with Ariel Helwani? Ariel Helwani was doing his goddamn job. He wanted to ask the hard-hitting questions. Hey, how was it like over in AEW? And he explained it. And the way that, while I pull up something else here, AEW has really been acting like CM Punk was just like absolutely being like, okay, fuck AEW. No, he said in that interview where he was like, "Oh, I wish them the very best in their future endeavors. Like, I have a lot of friends in that company, and I hope they continue to get paid, and I hope everything's going well. But I'm just talking about my experiences with AEW, and they weren't the best, and all that jazz." That's him. You know what I mean? That's his opinion. So Adam Copeland came out, and Adam Copeland cut a promo on, enjoy all wrestling, enjoy all wrestling, enjoy all wrestling, sounding like Tony Khan just sent him out there. It really seemed like Tony Khan was almost like, hey, I'm going to give you a fucking bonus if you go out, just to make sure more people talk about our product than the CM Punk interview. Actually, I'm going to pull up my screen real quick. This is what happens when you make a video. It's like, oh fuck, maybe I should put more of the screen on here. I'm just gonna turn my camera real quick, and then pull up. Fuck off, Streamlabs OBS, guys. I'm just gonna pull up a couple of tweets here. Tweets of the day, if you will. By Tefo01 on Twitter. Punk repeatedly said on the interview that he wished them the best. The positives outweighed the negatives, and that he only was recalling his experience. Then they proceed to make a whole widespread campaign to damage control what he said. Little insecure ass company. I wouldn't say the whole company is insecure. I'd say Tony Khan himself is insecure. Like, that's the problem with AEW, and I said it all the time. The problem with AEW is not the wrestlers, it's the management. Tony Khan needs to go. Tony Khan needs to go. But I guess Dax Harwood also cut a promo, which we'll react to here on a fan's video. Hopefully I don't get copyright struck. It's a minute 15 seconds. So we're gonna watch this promo. We're going to see what more of this little campaign is, and we're going to react to it together. And then we'll give more of our thoughts on this whole damage control campaign by AEW after the CM Punk interview.
With it being someone's dream, with it being all of our dreams, there's always going to be, you probably know this, in your everyday life. There's going to be somebody who tries to strip it down, strip it from you, take it away from you, take your joy away. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. I don't care if they're in real life. I don't care if it's on fake live social media.
Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't FTR and CM Punk friends? I'm sorry, what? What the fuck happened? It's like TK was like, hey, maybe if you cut a promo on your own friend, then people will start to see CM Punk's an insecure piece of shit, not me. CM Punk's the insecure piece of shit. But it's like, do you see what I mean? If you guys go out to work and you guys are happy with what you're doing, there's always going to be that one guy. There's always going to be that one guy ruining everything for everyone. Don't let him, guys. Don't let him. Meanwhile, the hero in this story, Tony Khan, isn't allowing Jungle Boy Jack Perry to come back to AEW TV yet because he's mad that CM Punk is now on the other channel. Who's the bully here?
I don't care if it's in another company. Don't let anybody strip you of what you love, what you're passionate about, what you wake up for every...
Dax, you should probably focus on paying more attention to that side of the arena. I mean, I know I'm being a casual Twitter mark. Maybe, okay, I know everyone makes the whole empty arena joke with AEW, and I'm going to address this. I think AEW needs to cater to smaller arenas to fill the arenas more. Because most of those big cities, they also have small arenas too. You don't have to go to the big ass arenas to do your weekly television. If you want to focus on the big stadiums for your all-ins and double or nothings, good. But for your Dynamites, your rampages and your collisions, do it in smaller arenas. And this isn't me like being on my anti AEW campaign. This is me like, giving them advice. Because if I was Tony Khan, I'd be like, okay, my big arenas aren't working. I'll focus more on the smaller arenas, and then maybe more people will come in and I can fill more of my arenas out. Oh, but it's the hard cam. So, if you want your arenas to sell out and your ticket sales to do good, do this.
I know I talk about it to ad nauseam. I talk about it to the point of annoyance. I have what I perceive to be my God, my wife, my daughter, and professional wrestling. That's it. That's all I got. And AEW affords me that luxury. AEW affords me that life. And now, not only does AEW afford me that life, they afford me to do it with my best friends in front of all you people. But we got some tequila in the back waiting for us.
Okay. So really Dax Harwood was just like, hey, everything that's great about my life, I'm giving it to AEW. But it's like, yeah, again, where it's like, if you have that one person at work that's being a total piece of shit, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them, or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems like that whole, but Adam Copeland also tried to pull that whole enjoy all wrestling, but it's like that's coming from the same company that always bashes the other channel on a daily basis. And it's like, if you're AEW and you're a company that believes you are doing so great, right? And they are. Okay, their ratings are below a million, but they still have one of probably the most passionate fan bases in the entire fucking face of the planet. And what are you doing being more concerned about something that an ex-employee has to say about your company? Unless you are entirely insecure, unless you cannot take criticism, or unless you're worried because if, Big Bad Phil says something, then that means more of our ticket sales are going to fail. Honestly, it would benefit you more if you just ignored what CM Punk said and just continued with what you're doing. Continued the build to Dynasty. Continue to build all of your feuds. And Dynamite was not even that bad. Sure, I have a couple of things that I'm critical of, but Trent Beretta finally turning heel. Yes. Shut up, take my money. You know what I mean? The tag tournament, I've heard some bad things about it already. Top Flight being eliminated from the tournament. Go fuck yourself. And Mercedes Moné getting a TBS title shot, even though she hasn't wrestled a match. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Like AEW can thrive if they just stayed away from controversy. AEW has the best talent roster in the world. They do not need to worry about something that a 45-year-old man has to say on an MMA podcast with Ariel Helwani. And that, I think, is AEW's problem, is it has a boss, it has a CEO that cannot take criticism, that doesn't know how to run a company to save his fucking life, and it's a child. Tony Khan is literally a child. So he doesn't want to go out there and do it himself. He has stage fright. So he sends people like Adam Copeland and Dax Harwood, two very respectable wrestlers in his company, to go out there and cut these forced promos about AEW. We're the best wrestle. Enjoy all wrestling. Don't let anybody criticize what you love. And it's like, why? Why are you doing this? And this is to no fault to Adam Copeland or Dax Harwood. I'm not placing any blame on Adam Copeland and Dax Harwood. Tony Khan, man, it's clear, man. He was probably like, all right, so this is what I want you guys to do. All right? Cope, you go out there, you pretend like this is like you. This is you talking about your real feelings. Don't even bring your TNT championship out there and talk about how enjoy all wrestling. And there's a lot of bullshit going on this week. And everyone who hates AEW can go fuck themselves. There you go. And Dax, after the show, I'm going to want you to go out there and basically say the same thing except baby daughter, professional wrestling. Like, no. But anyways, guys, I feel my fucking rest in peace headphone users. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm rambling on a little bit too much. That's my thoughts on the whole AEW's response to the CM Punk MMA Hour thing, and my real thoughts about it. What are your thoughts about it? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And before I go, I just really need to preface, because it seems like Dave Meltzer fans and AEW fans just can't get a grasp. This is coming from William, not Willie, William Malcolm McDonald. I do not hate AEW. I've said it in multiple videos. Just because I don't talk about AEW as much as everybody else, and I don't suck AEW's dick, it doesn't mean that I hate AEW. I watch all of their pay-per-views. I paid $50 for Revolution, for Christ's sake, to watch Sting's final match with my mother. Okay? I enjoy what AEW's doing. I liked what they did with Trent Beretta's heel turn. I just watch AEW with my criticizing glasses on, because half the time there's stuff worth criticizing. And I criticize WWE too. I'm not a tribalist. Just because I criticize one company more than the other, it doesn't mean that it's like if AEW dies tomorrow, I'm going to be fucking, setting up a parade being like, I'm going to go hit the gym. No. I like both companies. It's just, I don't know, AEW just really needs to pick up their act. And I feel like the best way to do that is for Tony Khan to go. And that's something not a lot of people like to say, because Tony Khan is the Lord and Savior of the IWC. But in my honest opinion, Tony Khan needs to go. Bryan Danielson can take over. He could be the type of authority figure to figure out the business and then still wrestle. Sure, he might not wrestle as much as he does right now, but Bryan Danielson is perfectly capable of running a wrestling company, and I am perfectly confident about that. Tony Khan is just a billionaire son with money who's not a boss. He's not. But it seems like the entire IWC, because it's an alternative to WWE, something that was desperately needed in 2019, was an alternative, and that's not something that I'm mad about. Tony Khan is just a matchmaker. He's not a manager. He's not a boss. He's not an employer. He's just you go here, you face that guy. You go here, you face that guy. And that's it. Hey man, someone's talking shit about me behind my back. What the fuck do you want me to do about it? What do you mean? What do you want me to do about it? Like, I don't know. Anyways, guys, this is going to be it for me before I go on here for another 20 minutes and start ranting about shit. But I just thought I needed to get all that off my chest before we leave here today. And ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on. Thank you to the Dave Meltzer crew and all that jazz. Also, I'm going to do a little bit of a shameless plug. If you weren't here last night for the WrestleMania 42 K24 simulation with Tino's Time, it is on mine and both mine and Tino's channels. Tino's Time. You can go over and check that out. It's a very fun video, one of the most fun videos that I've ever made personally. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Be sure to support the Universe Mode as well. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. I'll see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace.